All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar. Vikings making a handful of roster moves. One that gets me very, very excited. We'll save him for last. Before you get that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos here every damn day, talking Vikings, trying to get to 12,000 subs. So hit that sub. We'll be live tomorrow, which would be Wednesday for the schedule release, and then we'll be live Thursday for our regular Horned Up. So going live twice this week in the off season. Hopefully, a lot of beers. Hopefully, you guys saddle up. But let's get into it. First move, Vikings release cornerback Juwan Williams. I don't know. I like Juwan Williams. We have a lot of cornerback depth right now, especially with the Dwight McLaughlin signing, undrafted free agent, the Kyrie Jackson draft pick as well. And then you got the Andrew Boots, Caleb Evans, those guys mixed in as well. So Juwan Williams, he bounced around a little bit last year, so not a huge shock. A big reason why everybody's speculating that they did release a cornerback is they appear to be hosting Jerry Jacobs. Jerry Jacobs, a free agent corner that is available, played with the Lions last year. I think he had 3 interceptions. Jerry Jacobs, decent depth. I see a lot of people are kind of like, oh, Jerry Jacobs, blah, blah, blah. You can never have enough corners. Bring them in. Get some competition going. So maybe tomorrow we'll be talking about Jerry Jacobs. But for now, Juwan Williams is gone. He could be back as in 3 days. The dude bounces around from a lot of teams. But they released Juwan Williams to bring this beautiful man back into purple. And that is that guy right down in the corner. That is a ginger snap. That is James freaking Lynch. James Lynch, defensive lineman, is back with the Vikings. Very excited. I kind of wanted to have a beer to celebrate. I have to go to my daughter's soccer game. I Googled it. It's frowned upon to be drinking before you go to your child's game, so I am going to refrain. But James Lynch is back. Former 4th rounder. Last year tore his ACL in training camp early August. So he was out for the year, was on injury reserve. Nobody signed him, luckily for the Minnesota Vikings. Still only 25 years old, 6'4", 295 pounds, a lot of game experience in 37 games, has started 3, 2 career sacks, blah, 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 blah. We all know about James Lynch. When he came out of Baylor, the dude was a sack master there, had high hopes that he'd come in, maybe get like 4 to 6, 7 sacks a year as a rotational guy. Never really happened. He has shown spurts, but like every other defensive lineman on this roster right now, I mean, we got the big 3, whether you want to call them the big 3, but as of now, the starters are Jonathan Bullard, Harrison Phillips, and Jerry Tillery. It's not going to get anyone overly excited. I'm very ashamed of myself. I just call them the big 3. But then he gets lumped in immediately with the Jonah Williams, the Jacqueline Roys, the Levi Drake Rodriguez, and then we got some undrafted free agents as well. Tyler Manoa, who was on the show last week, fantastic dude. Taki Tayami, the big man as well. So James Lynch gets re-signed, and he just gets chucked into that little mixture there, the second, third group guys. And by no means is this guy a shoo-in to get a roster spot. He'll be fighting. He'll be clawing to make the team. Maybe he's practice squad material. I love it. I love James Lynch. I still got high hopes for the guy. High hopes meaning maybe he gets like 3 sacks a season, but he can play. He can play, and on a defensive line that doesn't have many guys that really stand out, maybe he'll actually get some action. But for being realistic, if I take my heart out of it, he's a guy that will add some depth and really just be fighting to make the squad. But I love that James Lynch is back. Let me know in the comments how you feel about James Lynch, Juwan Williams moving on, and the cornerback that we're bringing in tomorrow for a visit. Let me know. A lot of stuff happening for a Tuesday afternoon in the offseason. Join us live tomorrow for the schedule party.